B2B companies often start with the wrong question. How do we get more leads? Well, it's the wrong question because the sales and marketing teams usually aren't working together to attract those leads in the first place. So instead, they waste money on ads and content, and the sales team ends up with this pile of unqualified contacts they can't do anything with. Yes, everyone wants more leads, but you really want those leads to match your target buyer persona. And to do that, you need to align your sales and your marketing strategies to address the needs of that buyer in a way that fits how they purchase. Now, alignment starts with your technical buyer, and the process of attracting a technical buyer can easily go wrong. Marketing will build surface level personas based on a job title or demographics, and sales might build a list based on gut feeling or who downloaded a white paper last quarter. And then nobody's working from the same strategy. If you want your campaigns to drive revenue, you have to get sales and marketing on the same page, starting with a deep understanding of your buyer. And that means sitting down together to define who they are, what problems they're solving, what systems they use, what are their pain points, what red flags make them walk away, and what information they need to feel confident buying. You cannot skip this. It is not a formality. It is literally the foundation for your content, your campaigns, and your entire revenue motion. So, once you've built a real buyer persona, which should be based on actual interviews, real buying behavior, and deep product knowledge, you can start to identify patterns, and that becomes your ideal customer profile, or ICP. And from there, sales can finally put together a target account list that's grounded in strategy, not wish lists driven by dollar signs. It's not about who do we want to sell to, it's about who looks like the customers we already know how to win. Now, if you need help defining a technical buyer persona, we have a whole series of articles and videos on the Edify content blog. Once you have an ICP in place, marketing can actually do its job. So when sales says, these are the companies that we're going after, marketing has something useful to build around. And that means case studies that match the target accounts, industry and size, landing pages that speak their language, ads that target the actual decision makers at those companies, email sequences with messaging that reflects their stage in the buyer's journey, white papers and PDF downloadables, ebooks, all this stuff to help them show that you are an expert in what you do. And this is what alignment looks like in practice. Sales chooses the targets, marketing creates content that hits those targets, and everyone gets better results. This is also the start of what we call performance marketing. Now, performance marketing isn't just traffic and click-through rates, it involves strategy and measurable execution that supports revenue. You can, of course, do all of this internally, but it might be challenging for a variety of reasons. There might be political or organizational issues, lack of headcount, lack of talent, lack of tooling, a million circumstances could be getting in the way. So we, of course, recommend hiring us to build targeted content for the companies you want to sell to. But really, it's because we want to be helpful. And I think that you need to have an expert outsider who can take ownership and help you see the forest for the trees. It's really hard to do that with just internal resources. But no matter how you plan to execute, you cannot succeed with generic personas and fluffy blog posts. You need a series of connected systems built for buyers that you want to attract. You keep them in the funnel, you keep their attention, and then they convert. It's pretty straightforward. So, if you need help defining your ICP, building your list, and creating the content to reach them, we do that every day. We should be talking. Just email Anthony@edifycontent.com to get the conversation started. In our next video, we will talk about performance marketing, like what it is, how it works, yada yada. See you there.